data scientists they hired in the company. I joined search and recommendation data science team. I was, as I said, like the only data science of the team basically was myself, and then built the team up from there, and grow my career within Career Builder to the level of Director of Data Science when I left the company in 2018. So 2018, I left Career Builder, I moved to Home Depot as Senior Manager of Data Science for Core Recommendation. It's the team that is in charge of building all the recommendation algorithms that power the website, HomeDepot.com, and the mobile app. Home Depot, as Ecommercecom, part of Home Depot, is actually the 5th largest e-commerce platform in the US. So you can imagine the responsibility when you are in charge of building all the recommendation capabilities for the 5th largest e-commerce platform in the country. And then after that, I got promoted to Director of Data Science. Right now, I oversee search, recommendation, visual AI, and insights. So if you look at my career, it's an example of data scientists who usually start in a domain or a field, and then they move forward and they try different domains and switch between domains. And this is the norm, which everyone should expect. When you start your data science career, you shouldn't expect that you will stick in the same domain or industry. If you choose to go to the industry, you shouldn't expect to stick in the same domain in the industry for the entire career. It is important to learn from different domains. When I was in the recruitment domain at Career Builder, I learned a lot. But again, the challenges there has a limit. So if you think of the type of data you deal with, it's all text data, right? Resumes, job postings. But when you go to the e-commerce now, you are facing totally new challenges, because you're working now with different kinds of data. You work with the clickstream data, you work with text, you work with images, you work with videos, right? So it's totally different domain. And the kind of recommendations over there, all you need to do was to match job seekers with jobs, right, in the recruitment domain. But or vice versa. If you have recruiters, you need to match their need with the resumes. But when you go to the e-commerce, like the kinds of types of recommendations, it is huge. Like you can think of, at least right now, for example, I can give you 30, 40, 35 different kinds of recommendations or recommendation algorithms that we built for the website. So you can think of accessories, collection, alternative products, complementary products, project guides, way like bigger scope for the data science work. And so that's the first thing, like to set up the expectation when you get into the data science. Try to get into any domain. It doesn't matter, believe me. At the end of the day, you will, as you go through the career, you will absolutely change industries and change domains, and you will learn every time you switch to a new domain. The foundation is the same, right? At the end, the understanding of the data science and the machine learning aspects and the deep learning aspects, all of those foundations are the same. You're going to take them with you in each domain. But then the applications and the use cases and how to apply those techniques that you know efficiently, this is what gonna basically make you a better and stronger data scientist. So moving from the intro to the question why you should learn or get into the data science. I usually give a talk I gave it in many schools, in many universities, for the undergrad and graduate students, talking about this specific topic, why you should get into data science. The answer is, if you think today in the world that we live in, we are living in a world that is controlled by data. Everything is fed by data. Most of the products that we use in our day-to-day life is data-based, right? So if you think of the everyday interaction with Google, for example, as a search engine, you are dealing with a data science product. You are entering a query, then there is NLP to understand that query, to do the matching behind the scene, to do the personalization, to do the sorting and ranking, and give you back the results. If you think of the texting app like WhatsApp that you use in your day-to-day life as well. This is another data product, because WhatsApp by also was built to enable you to basically communicate efficiently with other people, and those things, the autocomplete, while you are typing, they start to help you with the autocomplete. All these are also applications of the data science. And then if you think of your shopping, especially with the pandemic now, everyone is doing online shopping. I gave you an example, like my day-to-day job in the e-commerce is to help customers find the right products that they need in a frictionless way, in an easy way, right? And that's another application of the data science. So if you look today everywhere, you will see that data is a core component in all of the products that we use in our day-to-day life. And that's why there is a huge demand, huge need for data scientists in the market and for people who have the analytics and the data science skills. But the problem we face is we don't have the supply. We don't have talents with the right skill set to join those openings, those jobs, and start solving those problems for all the companies. Think of, I give you some stats. To fill up a data scientist role or position in a company today, in average, that takes between 4 to 6 months. 4 to 6 months to find the data scientist to fill up a data scientist position. We're talking about here the right data scientist with the right skill set, right? And that's another important aspect, because being a data scientist by title only doesn't help. Being a data scientist with the right skill set is what really matters. So in order to be in the market, in the job market, really needed, and there is a demand for people like you, you need to make sure that you have the right skill set before you hit the job market. And that's a decision you can make now, early enough in your journey to data scientist. Data science is a wide field, right? We have all the way from NLP and natural language to the computer vision and images, right? There's a spectrum there. And put yourself at the right spot in that spectrum is very important. Don't say I'm just a data scientist and that's it. I know, for example, how to run scikit-learn in a toy data set. I know how to wrangle the data, or I know how to run some SQL queries in the data. That's not enough. We have plenty of people with those, with that level of skill set, right? They put on their title data scientist, but believe me, the market doesn't need people like that. The market needs people who are specialized. We all start at that level of generic data scientist, or we all start with learning how to use the scikit-learn, how to build deep learning models, how to do SQL in an efficient way, how to use BigQuery or those like big data platforms, how to use Spark. But at the end of the day, what's going to distinguish you from the other people in the market is, did you focus and find out your calling? If you think you are very interested in NLP, make sure once you finish the program and you learn actually all those foundational skills, that you start build your career around NLP. Try to get yourself into projects, into internship, into whatever that enables you to get hands-on NLP problem. If your calling is on the computer vision, start to get yourself into the computer vision, right? So, long story short, data science today is a very hot market. Everyone has the right skills, would absolutely land the job. There is no doubt about it. And the demand is huge. The supply is little. And when I was at Khalifeh, we did a predictive analytics study, and we predicted at that point, or forecast, that in the next 3 years, at that point that was in 2018 when I left the company, in the next 3 years, the demand of the data science talent will grow to the point where the supply will never match the demand, will never satisfy the demand. So there will always be shortage in the supply for data scientists in the next 3 years. No matter how many data scientists graduates from schools, from boot camps, from programs like Brother Glenn's program, no matter how many people graduate from data science programs, there still will be shortage. There is no enough supply to satisfy the demand. And this is the situation. This is going to keep going for a while. It's not going to stop at any point or in the near future. Okay? So this is why you need to get into this field. Data is the new oil. Let's remember that. Data is the new oil. The companies that own the data and the companies that actually build data products, those are the companies that will own the market from now on. And look at the fight or even the war over the customer's data. All the companies want your data. Google wants your data. Microsoft wants your data. Facebook wants your data. WhatsApp wants your data. Because data is the new oil. As much as they can get data, as much as they can make money out of that, they monetize it, right? And in order to monetize it, they need data scientists. Data by itself doesn't make money. What makes money is a data scientist who knows how to extract insights and make something out of this data. So the demand is there, and the opportunity is there. And luckily, data science is one of the best communities in terms of knowledge sharing and open source. Everything is open source. Everything, knowledge is available everywhere. You don't need really to spend a wealth or a fortune to become a data scientist. You know, with a program like Brother Ridwan's program now, you are on your way to become data scientist at the end of the program. Then it's on you, because after that you need to build your career on data science by, as I said, choosing where would you like to see yourself as a data scientist, as a generic data scientist, which, as I said, we have plenty of those, or a specialized data scientist, where you start your focus on NLP, or computer vision, or statistical analysis, or information retrieval, so on and so forth. So that's my message to all of you, why you should choose to become data scientists. I hope it resonates with you.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes, and I would like to get the next question.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you so much for the go into much more details on this. I know we are running out of time. We were scheduled for 10 to 15 minutes. My apologies. Let me take 3 questions from only 3, unfortunately, from the audience, and I will dismiss you. Yeah, go ahead. No.
Okay. Well, first, I would like to thank Brother Muhammad for bringing Dr. Khalifeh, to share his experience with us. This is Mustafa Hamdan. I work as a professor at Fort Valley State University. I teach math, and I would love to become, as you said, a good data scientist. So, what are the skills that I need as somebody with I have a PhD in math with emphasis in statistics, and I actually have a bachelor and a master in electrical engineering and a master's in math. And I've been teaching math for a long time, and now I need, I want to switch to the field, but I want to do it the right way, because I told Brother Midwani, I finished classes on Ecommercecom, but I didn't feel like I see the whole picture. I did one project for myself, but I see there is a lot of gaps missing. So,
brother, I think, mashallah, you have a very strong academic background, which is absolutely going to help you when you hit the job market as data scientist. Now, the skill set you need to gain to become a good data scientist, you need to start with the foundations, with we call them the core skills. And those core skills, I think, they are well covered in this program, like Python and the machine learning and the machine learning libraries within Python, like the scikit-learn and Jensen and all those things. And then try, if the program covers also deep learning, that's awesome, because deep learning now is absolutely something very hot in the market, and we all look for talents that have that skill set.
Yeah, we have by the way, sorry for interrupting you, we have 3 weeks of deep learning.
MashaAllah, yeah. So if you graduate with deep understanding of machine learning, with Python, especially like scikit-learn and Jensen, the machine learning libraries within Python, and the data wrangling skills within Python.
Clean it literally.
Then, yeah, like the data preparation, data cleaning, and transformation. The ELT, extract, load, transform, the ELT. So if you have those skill sets, then you have the foundation. Now, as I just described, once you finish this program, don't think that you are now done with the learning. It is a lifelong learning experience, right?
It's a journey.
After that, I highly recommend all of you to start building your profile in the data science by doing the following. Get your own GitHub repository and start building, solving data science problems, projects, and deploy your work on GitHub. Second thing, get into the competitions like Kaggle and start to participate in those. Try to solve challenging problems, build your profile on Kaggle as well. But again, choose problem set or a domain where you think you really need to get yourself specialized in that domain. I highly recommend NLP. I highly recommend computer vision. Try to get into one of those two. And believe me, after that you will see that the markets will be very welcoming. They want people like you.
Thank you, Dr. Khalifeh. I think another question, please, from another student.
Yeah, I have a question. So my name is Yavar, and I have a background in ETL reporting, databases, and all of that. I work for Oracle. So I'm actually an architect here. So I wanted to move towards management, and that's why I'm understanding data science and machine learning in order to move forward with this. So I just wanted to ask you, how hands-on should one be in order to be looking for that position?
Good question, brother. I'm not sure if I will be biased in my answer, but because again I started my career as hands-on and then go into the management roles. I usually feel that to be a good leader in the data science organization, you really need to inspire people. You really need to have deep understanding of data science, hands-on, because they will look up to you when they face a challenge or problem, and you need to direct them what to do or how to solve that challenge, that problem, right? So having that deep understanding of and being hands-on before getting into the management would absolutely make you a better leader when it comes to the data science leadership positions or management positions.
Thank you, Dr. Khalifeh. One last question, please. One last question, and we are going to let Dr. Khalifeh dismissed for tonight.
I have. Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate Brother Mo as well as Khalifeh for setting this up. So my question is more in terms of the challenges which you may face in the data science project. I mean, generally when you have any data science project that gets deployed and you have a model that is in place, how frequently do you have to kind of revisit those models, or what are some of the key challenges in terms of making sure that the consistency of the model is always remain the same, or you fluctuate, or how frequently you have to go back and look at those models frequently? So some of the challenges around that, if you can just throw some light on.
Yeah. Sure. These are something when you get into the industry and you start to put models into production, you will absolutely hit those challenges. Now, the key, I would say, the key thing here to face those challenges or to resolve those issues is to have a strong monitoring technique in place. So if I give you, for example, what we do in my organization. Whenever we deploy a data science model, let's say for search or for recommendation, there is always a monitoring of the performance, right? And you choose either lab metrics, data science metrics like NBCG for search, or for recommendation, hit at N, or some of those lab metrics, or even business metrics, click-through rate, conversion rate, those metrics, and then that monitoring capability that you built on top of your solution before you put it into production, it needs to be there. It's going to track the performance of the model in production. Now, once we see a dip in the performance, at that point, this is alarming. That means there's something going on here. And that something going on means that now we need to revisit the model, either retrain it, refresh the model, or figure out what's going on. On the other hand, when you build sometime models in the industry, you know the data used to train that model, how frequent that data needs to be refreshed. So if I'm building a model, for example, for personalized, let's say, personalized offers, okay? I know those offers change on weekly basis, right? The company will issue new offers each week. So if I train my model now based on the offers last week, the model then will not perform well in the next week. So in this case, I know the cadence of refreshing, which is every week I need to retrain this model. For other models, it is nightly basis because the signals, the data points that we use to train the model, it changes on nightly basis, right? Like the clickstream data, if it changes on nightly basis, if I train any model using clickstream data and I need to keep it up to date, I need to refresh the model on nightly basis. So sometimes we have that knowledge beforehand based on the training data that we choose and how frequent that data needs to be refreshed. Or on the other hand, if it is something like we train it once and it is a long term, then we need to refresh it on weekly or daily basis, we have to monitor the performance in production. And once we see dip, at that point, we should investigate, and one of the options could be to retrain the model or refresh the model.
Thank you, Dr. Khalifeh. Unfortunately, we have to stop here. One last question, Dr. Khalifeh. When I know we have, so many questions, so many students they would love to ask you those questions. Unfortunately, because of the timing, when you think we will give us another opportunity, please, to listen to you in a lecture, 1 hour, 2 hours? What is the best time that we can schedule something like this?
Yeah, we can, inshallah, try to target either a weekend, morning, or evening, like this time during the weekdays. But we need to arrange for that, inshallah. But it's usually either morning on the weekends or evening if it is weekdays.
Okay, thank you, sir, and thank you, Khalifeh. Thank you, everybody, and you are now dismissed. And hope to see you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Thank you.
Thank you.